Good morning, children. Let us begin with our explanation. Okay. So you see, you have a diagram in your book. Okay. And I have drawn this diagram for your. Okay. I have tried to depict the cross section of the earth so that you have a better understanding of the interior of the earth. Okay. And when you have when you have a look at the diagram at the cross section of the earth, okay, you will see that this part, okay, this part is the solid inner core. Okay. And the solid inner core, okay, and uh, apart from the solid inner core is made up of rocks. Okay, it is made up of igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Okay. And when you move to the outer core, okay, it is the inner core is solid because it is made up of the three types of rocks: the igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and the metamorphic rocks. And this is the molten outer core, and the molten outer core is made up of magma. Okay, molten magma से बना हुआ है ये. Okay, star. Okay, and on top of this you have the mantle. Okay, and uh, very on the very top you have the thin layer of the thin layer, that is the crust. So this is the cross section of the earth. Okay, and when you go through the cross section of the earth, you see that there are three layers of the earth. Okay, and these three layers are, okay, from inside if we go towards outside, we see, okay, it is the core, the mantle, and the crust. And percentage wise composition we already know, okay, that the crust is 1%, and the crust is the part of the lithosphere. Crust is part of the lithosphere. Okay, so we see through what kind of sources. Yesterday I told you it is through the seismological data. It is through the seismological data we come to know about, though it is very difficult to penetrate the interior of the earth. Okay, supposing if you want to, supposing this is your earth, and if you want to reach the center of the earth, अगर आपको यहाँ पहुँचना है तो you will have to dig a hole, okay, 6,000 kilometer deep. You will have to dig a hole 6,000 kilometer deep in order to reach the center of the earth. But due to extreme heat, okay, the interior of the earth is full of what? It is full of high temperature, it is full of poisonous gases. Okay, as such it is very difficult for us to reach the center of the earth. We have been successful in reaching around 3,000 kilometer of the earth, and through this information, okay, by reaching 3,000 kilometer of the interior, we have been able to get all this information. Okay, and yesterday we were going through the fact that it is through seismological, it is through seismological data we get information about the interior of the earth. Now, what is seismology? Okay, it is the study of the earthquake. Seismology is the study of the earthquake. It is the study of earthquake. Okay, and its waves. Okay, whenever an earthquake is taking place, seismic waves निकलते हैं. Okay, जब भी भूकंप आता है तो उसमें से seismic waves निकलते हैं, और इन seismic waves को जो है ट्रेस करके जो सिस्मोलॉजिस्ट होते हैं वो हमें सारे इंफॉर्मेशन जो है भूगर्भ के बारे में, हमारे पृथ्वी के भूगर्भ के बारे में हमें बताते हैं. Okay, now you see the next diagram. Okay, yesterday some of the students they were asking, ma'am, what do we mean by the continental crust? Okay, so we when you look at this the figure, when this figure 2.2, it is there in your book itself. Okay, we see that the earth is covered, our planet earth is covered. Okay, there are 7 continents on the earth and 5 oceans. Okay, there are 7 continents on the earth and 5 oceans. Now what is the What do you mean by the the continental crust? Okay, shall I, let me wipe out this diagram. Now you see, what do you mean by the continental crust? कॉन्टिनेंटल क्रस्ट से हम क्या समझते हैं? ओके, it is the relatively thick part of the Earth's crust which forms the large land mass. Okay, we know that 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water and rest of the part is what? It is land. Okay, so we see it is the relatively thick part of the Earth's crust which forms the large land masses. It is a layer of igneous sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. Okay, so we see the continental crust, it is the relatively thick part of the earth crust which forms the large land mass. Okay, and it is a layer of igneous sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. Now what do we mean by the oceanic crust? Okay, I think let me write it here only. Oceanic crust. It is the relatively thin part of the earth's crust which underlies the oceans ocean basins. Okay, it is the uppermost layer of the oceanic portion, okay, of tectonic plate. Okay, so we see that the oceanic crust, it is the relatively thin part of the earth crust which underlies the ocean basins. It is the uppermost layer of the oceanic portion of tectonic plate. Okay, so we see that the continental crust, we see that the continental crust, okay, it is about 35 kilometers. So we see that this continental crust, it is about 35 kilometers. Okay, and the oceanic crust, it is about 5 kilometers. Okay, so we see in comparison to the continental crust, the oceanic crust is very thin. Okay, Now when we are studying about the continental crust and when we are studying about the oceanic crust, okay, these are part of what? These are part of the, okay, these are part of the crust. When we are discussing, okay, the interior of the earth, okay, it is part of this, the continental crust and the oceanic crust, it is part of the crust. The crust is divided into two parts, the oceanic crust and the continental crust. Okay, now let us try to understand how the continents were formed. Okay, now let us try to understand how the continents were formed. Okay, as far as the formation of the continents is concerned, okay, continents were formed around 250 million years ago. Okay, long ago. Okay, long we see that these continents, they were formed around 250 million years ago, and we know that our earth, it was formed around, okay, 4.5 million years ago. ठीक है, तो हम देखते हैं कि हमारी पृथ्वी का गठन जो है, ओके, 4.5 मिलियन ईयर्स अगो होता है, एंड दिस कॉन्टिनेंट्स आर बीइंग फॉर्म्ड, ओके, 250 million years ago. So we see long after, okay, long after the earth was formed, we see what is happening. Long after the earth had formed, all the continents of that time, they had joined together. Okay, अभी जैसे हम देख रहे हैं कि हमारे पृथ्वी पे जो है 7 कॉन्टिनेंट्स है, ओके, देयर आर 7 continents on the earth surface, but when these continents were formed, there was one single continent. Okay, one single continent was there. Okay, and it was called what? And it was called the supercontinent Pangaea. Okay, तो पृथ्वी की जब देश पृथ्वी के ऊपर जो है, जब देश बनना शुरू होते हैं, तो हम देखते हैं कि एक सुपर कॉन्टिनेंट था और इस सुपर कॉन्टिनेंट का नाम था पैंजिया. ओके, एंड व्हाट हैपेंस, दिस सुपर कॉन्टिनेंट with passage of time, this supercontinent broke into 7 continents. Okay, so these supercontinents, it broke into, okay, broke up into 7 continents about 200 million years ago. And how they got broke up? Okay, with passage of time, this supercontinent broke into, sorry, 2 continents. Okay, and these continents were what? These continents were Gondwana and Laurasia. ओके, तो शुरुआत में जो है एक सबसे एक बहुत ही बड़ा उपमहाद्वीप था, ओके, जिसे हम एक बहुत ही बड़ा महाद्वीप था जिसे हम कहेंगे पैंजिया। अब ये पैंजिया जो है 200 मिलियन वर्ष पूर्व जो है ये दो टुकड़ों में बढ़ता है। ओके, एक बन जाता है गोंडवाना और दूसरा जो है वो हो जाता है लॉरेशिया। ओके, in 1912 in 1912 अल्फ्रेड वेगनर, ओके, अल्फ्रेड वेगनर जो है जियोलॉजिस्ट हैं और जो साइंटिस्ट हैं, उन्होंने जो है इस चीज का जो है इस चीज के बारे में हाइपोथेसाइज किया दैट दिस 7 कॉन्टिनेंट्स वर पार्ट ऑफ दिस व्हाट गोंडवाना एंड लॉरेशिया। ओके, claimed that the two lands, the lands got slowly fractured and went separate ways. Went their separate ways to form the 7 continents. So we see, okay, that in the beginning there was one continent, supercontinent, and it was called Pangaea, and with passage of time this Pangaea breaks up, okay, into two parts. One is Gondwana and the other one is Laurasia, and due to continental drift, okay, the 7 continents that we have today were formed due to continental drift. Okay, it is a process. Continental drift is a process, okay, in which the continents are getting fractured. Okay, they are getting fractured and slowly they are moving to different places and getting settled out there. Okay, so this is how the continents were formed. And now as far as the oceans were concerned, how were the oceans formed? Let us try to understand. Formation of oceans. Okay, how are the oceans formed? Okay, water remained in gaseous state, until the earth cooled okay below 212 degree Fahrenheit. At this time, about 3.8 billion years ago, the water condensed into rain. Okay, the water, it got condensed into rain, which filled the basins that are our oceans now. To fill the basins that are our oceans now. Okay, so we see, okay, that this is how the oceans were formed. Okay, this is how the oceans are formed. uh, we should try to know each and everything related to the chapter, and uh, it's my prime effort, I can say, to provide you the information related to the chapters. Now you must be able to understand the continental crust. Okay, so we see that there are 7 continents on the earth's surface, and the continental crust, it extends for a distance of 35 kilometers on the crust, and the oceanic crust is for is covering a distance of 5 kilometers. So we see that the oceanic crust is thinner in comparison to the continental crust. There are 7 oceans, there are 7 continents on the earth's surface, and these 7 continents are, you know them. Okay, it is Asia, Europe, South America, North America, Africa, Australia, okay, and Antarctica. Okay, it is Asia, Europe, South America, North America, Africa, okay, Australia, and Antarctica. And among these 7 continents, we see the rest of the 5, they are mostly in the northern hemisphere, except the continent of Australia and Antarctica, which are in the southern hemisphere. Okay, and the 5 major oceans of the that are there on the earth's surface, they are what? They are the Atlantic Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, the South Pacific Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Southern Ocean. Okay, so we see these are the 5 oceans that we have on the earth's surface. Okay, and when you go when you deeply study these oceans, you see it is the Atlantic Ocean, okay, which is increasing. the uh, the Atlantic Ocean is increasing day by day in comparison to the rest of the oceans. Okay, so let us begin with the layers of the earth. Okay, now when we are talking about the uh, we are talking about the continental crust, and we are talking about the oceanic crust. Okay, it has been mentioned in your book that the main mineral constituent of continental mass are silica and alumina, and that is why it is called the sial. The main mineral constituent of the continental mass is silica and alumina, and that is why it has got the name sial. Okay, and that is why it is called the sial. Okay, we can write it either way. Now what is silica? Okay, as far as silica is concerned, you see, What do we understand by the mineral silica? Okay, silica is a chemical compound of silicon. Okay, it is a chemical compound of silicon found in sand and rocks. Okay, silica is a chemical compound of silicon found in sand and rocks. Okay, silica is a chemical compound of silicon found in sand and rocks, and it is used to make glass and cement. It is used to make glass and cement. Okay, now coming to alumina. Now let us try to understand what do we mean by alumina. Okay, it is a white solid. It is a white solid that is a major constituent of rocks like clay. Okay, alumina is a white solid that is a major constituent of, okay, it is a major constituent of rocks like clay, and it is used in spark plugs, okay, water tap washers, cutting tools. It is used in spark plugs, tap washers, and making cutting tools. Okay, so we see that this is the mineral constituent of the continental mass or the continental crust. Now let us try to understand the oceanic crust. The oceanic crust, the mineral contents of oceanic crust are silica and magnesium. And that is why it is called Saima. Okay, and that is why it is called Saima. Now what is silica? I have already told you what is silica. Now let us try to understand what do you mean by magnesium. What is magnesium? Magnesium, it is a light. Magnesium is a light silver white metal okay, that burns with bright flame. It is absorbed by the plants. Okay. Okay, so we see that the continental crust is composed of silica and aluminum, and the oceanic crust is composed of magnesium and silica. Okay, now you must know, जब भी हम कहते हैं कि मिनरल कंस्टिट्यूएंट, तो हमें ये भी पता करना होगा कि मिनरल से हम क्या समझते हैं. मिनरल का मतलब होता है खनिज. एंड व्हाट आर मिनरल्स? ओके, मिनरल्स आर naturally occurring substances which have definite physical properties and chemical composition. Okay, chemical composition. हमें पता है कि there are three major landforms, and it is the plateaus which are rich in mineral deposits. So we see that the minerals, they are the naturally occurring substances which have definite physical properties and chemical composition. Okay, so this is all about the continental crust, and it is all about the oceanic crust that we have studied today. Now, can you hear me? आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Any queries?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
बेटा कुछ नहीं समझ में आया?
Yes, yes. Yes, ma'am.
If you want to ask anything, you can ask. And
No, ma'am.
while maintaining the notebooks, listen children, जब आप notebooks maintain करेंगे geography के, okay, you will be drawing these figures. आपको अपनी geography की notebook में जो है ये figure 2.1, 2.2, okay, and 2.4, you will have to draw these figures when you will be maintaining your notebooks. Okay, you will have to draw these figures.